Well, you know what they say. All good things must come to an end. Nothing lasts forever. The Roman Empire fell. Haktua's promising career came to a screeching halt. Even McDonald's sweet, savory, hot apple pie couldn't break the chains of inevitability. And then today, we have a bomb dropped on us from our beloved GameStop that they plan on closing more stores. And then going forward, they plan to heavily invest into Bitcoin. I don't know, I guess as a means to survive. This is like throwing a fucking Hail Mary down by six with no time left on the clock. This is like Dr. Lawrence Gordon in the first Saw movie, who sawed off his own foot just to get away and have a chance to survive. I could think of a number of different ways that they could invest their cash in something far less risky than dumping it into crypto and just hoping for the best. GameStop plans to close a significant number of stores and invest into Bitcoin. GameStop has announced it will be closing more stores and also making a change to its investment policy. The video game retailer is getting into Bitcoin as it's added the cryptocurrency as a treasury reserve asset. In a recent filing, GameStop confirmed it will be closing an unspecified but significant number of stores in fiscal year 2025. The specific set of stores has not been identified for closure. Imagine being one of the GameStop employees and you don't know if next week, next month, or next year that the business suits are going to come walking in and hand you a gift card to IHOP and slap you on your ass and say, "Thank you for all those years of blood, sweat, and tears, but we would rather not continue to invest in you so that we can start to invest into crypto." Around the same time, GameStop announced its board has unanimously approved an update to its investment policy, adding Bitcoin as a Treasury Reserve asset. In the aforementioned filing, the company said a portion of its cash or future debt and equity issuances may be invested in Bitcoin. GameStop has not set a maximum amount of Bitcoin it could accumulate and said it may sell any Bitcoin it acquires. So essentially, is what they're saying is that instead of selling games and being in the game business, they're transitioning into just trying to make a profit off of Bitcoin. And if that's the case, what would be the motivation to invest into GameStop? Why wouldn't you just take your hard-earned coin and invest in Bitcoin yourself, reaping all of the benefits rather than just some of the benefits from investing that money into GameStop, which is just trying to make a profit off of Bitcoin? GameStop has gone through several rounds of closures already. The US has seen 590 locations shut down, the overall count reduced to 2,325 as of February 1st. The global count stands at 3,203, down from a peak of roughly 6,000. And yeah, some of their decline was due to the increase in digital sales and less interaction with physical pieces of video game media. But let's be fucking clear here. GameStop didn't do itself any favors by being the biggest scam artist in the history of retail. You could take a fucking mint condition PS3 with two flawless controllers, a whole stack of factory sealed video games, and they will look you in the depths of your soul and say the best we can do is $60. That's $500 worth of shit that you buy from me for $60. Then next week I come in and I see it on your shelf for 480. And a lot of times they did this, it was to helpless little kids that didn't know any better. Taking advantage of your customers, especially the youngsters that would eventually become working men and women that would visit your store and buy stuff from your store, is a speed run into failure. And to cap it all off, your answer to your financial catastrophe isn't to innovate. It's not to expand on your products and services to better position yourself in the video game industry. It's to lay off hundreds of employees and take that money and wager it on a crapshoot. GameStop, I'm about to drop you some free hot knowledge, so listen up. If you're really interested in sparing those hundreds of jobs and you want to keep these brick and mortar stores in operation, you have to take some of that cash and that debt that you currently have on hand and invest it in publishing your own games. If you invested wisely into some eventual hits in the AA and indie sector, you could probably carve out a nice niche for yourself and eventually recover from the dog shit that you've landed in. I just don't know what it says about us as a society whenever it's seen as more valuable to risk your money in a crapshoot like a cryptocurrency than invest into people in our workforce. I don't know. I just don't know if GameStop is thinking this through, but that's all I got, guys.